Hi guys, welcome back to C&G Productions. My name is Tom and we are back with another unboxing of this guy, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Blood and Thunder, the new starter set which is out today. So we're going to check it out, unbox it, look at the miniatures, glue them together, paint them a little bit and then give you an overall kind of summary. So back in a sec. So here we go then, I'm super excited to unbox this. Now I need to just say a big thank you beforehand to our local gaming store, which is the Harlequins in Preston and Blackpool, for actually giving me the recommendation to pick this up. I'll pop a link below just in case anyone wants to check them out, but they are lovely there. And basically we're starting Age of Sigmar and I wanted a starter set. Now we've already got the little baby starter set, the Storm of Sigmar one here, which is like your little £20, 5-6 models each, little mini kind of introduction, the story set right at the very start of the Age of Sigmar when the Sigmarite warriors turn up and actually take the fight to chaos. This one is a starter set, as it says down here. However, it's like a mid-range one. It's a little bit smaller than the big one where you get the full armies and the formations and everything. But this is almost marketed as a tabletop game, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I just flip it over, you'll notice it sounds very, very light, and I'll explain that in a second. But as you can see, you've got kind of pre-coloured miniatures, you've got scenery, and you've got a battle mat. And actually, I'll just show you here, and just in case it doesn't focus, I'll just read through it. You get a 96-page Warhammer Age of Sigmar starter set book, which will give you a few rules and that, which we'll look at in a second. You've got the range ruler, 6 dice, ancient template terrain piece, double-sided playmat, which is paper, that kind of really shiny paper. 44 miniatures, so Lord Redictor, 3 Retributors, 3 Prosecutors, 10 Liberators, a Bloodstoker, a Kogorath, 5 Blood Warriors, and 20 Blood Reavers. So you get a hell of a lot for your money. And this was, I think it's £45 from Harlequin, so it's a really good buy for, 44 miniatures and scenery and a rulebook and dice and a range where you literally put it together and here you go. And I love the fact you've got the coloured plastic. So put that to one side. The reason it is light is because I have already taken it out of the box, and there is a reasoning for that, because actually, very cleverly, here it is here, they've actually put the piece of scenery is the box that it comes in, which I think is genius, and I'll show you that in a second. So, all hefty amount of stuff in here. So we'll get rid of the bases, put them to one side, and the lovely super teeny tiny dice, and we'll get straight to the sprues. Now, I will put these together in a second. I'll cut away and put them together and show you what they look like. And also we'll chuck some paint on a couple of them and show you how they look as well. But just to begin, we've got obviously the Sigmarite sprues. Now these are the easy fit, I think they're called, sprues, which basically means you can put them together in 1 or 2 pieces, and there are some lovely instructions a little bit further below. So these are our main guys here as we just go through. Now the detail, just in case you haven't seen the Age of Sigmar kind of quick fit details, they're stunning. I mean, I've been away from Games Workshop for a very, very long time, and I was phenomenally overwhelmed, really, by the detail that these are in. I think it'll show off even more with the Bloodbound models. If I can just get the little camera to focus here, you should be able to see the detail. I love the fact they're a proper blood red colour. And I think it's genius. This is almost like a tabletop game. I think it is marketed, it's a standalone piece. It goes all together and you can literally start playing. If you buy this box with a mate, you get your glue that goes with it, you're playing it by the night, and you've got your scenery, you've got your mat, you don't need to worry about anything. So here's the big beastie Kogorath body here. Let's get him on camera. Beautiful, very looking forward to painting him up. But yeah, this is all like one kind of tabletop game, I suppose, is the best way for it. So in here we have got our game mat. It's double-sided, so you've got kind of a beautiful pattern here and a pattern here, and what I'll do is just pop it open, so excuse the crackling noises. So you've got kind of a energy-filled golden, almost Sigmarite battlefield on the one side, and on the other side you've got your more kind of corn style battlefield. And it's actually quite a long battlefield, actually. If I pull it out, that is, I don't know what that would be. Would that be 3 by 6? 3 by 6? I'm going to say 3 by 6. There are little squares and there are 3 by 4, 3 by 6. It's a huge map. So I'm just going to put that to one side, move that out of the way. Oh, actually, before I do, look at the beautiful detail there. That is stunning design. What I'll do is, when I cut back, once I put some of the models together, I will put them out underneath so you can see it in its full glory. If we dig down a little bit further, we have got the Thunder and Blood rulebook. So I will just crack this open with my amazing thumb skills. Come on, there we go. And of course you get your lovely instructions that go with it, which are incredibly clear. Like I said, the snap fit, quick fit, whatever you want to call them, Games Workshop models go together beautifully, and they are literally very, very quick to go in. So you've got that there. Tells you how to put all your models together. So if you're a gaming newbie, that is perfect. Put that to one side. You've got the standard Age of Sigmar little pull-out rules guide. Now this is the kind of original rule set, so it's only, what is it, 4 or 5 pages altogether. That's very, very handy to have. And you know, you can get, did they do like the little starter magazine thing as well? But I really like this. We've got a copy of this. Don't know where Paul got it from. But yeah, literally all your rules, how to play, so you can have that by the side of you. And then we've got this beautiful, just put that to one side, rulebook, which is soft cover, but quite firm, quite thick cover. And if I just flick through, you have got your story, background, you've got your different factions, order and death and everything. There you go, right on cue. You have got painting showcases, so there's your Stormcast Eternals, it tells you who they are. You've even got your named characters that you get within the set, so it gives them a little bit of personality. And if we move to the Bloodbound, you've got your Bloodstoker here, who has been named. You've got Skuldrak the Kagorath, I love that name. You've got painting guides that go with it. You have got painting guides further. And if we just zoom it ahead, my favourite bit is obviously the heavy metal showcase, which if I just hold that there, you can just see the just ridiculously talented people that work for GW and the beautifully detailed miniatures that you can get from this. And if we go to the back, you've got your Prepare for Battle, which gives you a overview of how the game works, so you can use that in conjunction with the sheet that I just showed you. And finally, your scenarios. So you've got Thunderstrike, Darkening Sky, and where's the other one? Come here. Indomitable and Bloodstorm, which is all compatible with the models that you get in. If I just show you here, it tells you which ones to use, which is very similar to the Storm of Sigmar little starter set. So it allows you to build up your battles and get to grips with it. They are smashing it with Sigmar in terms of showing you how to play the game and building up. And this set is, like I said, perfect. You literally go home, put some glue on them, and there you go. Work your way through it. And you've got a guide here with illustrations. You've got your other one here that you can use to double check the rules each. So you can have a set each to look through. And it is just beautiful. So put that to one side in a moment. You've got some transfers, of course you do, because GW. You've got this weird little plasticky range ruler, which I quite like. Very, very nice. Very simple, very straightforward. Range ruler, always good to have one. And then, yeah, the box that it all comes in is your terrain piece, which is obviously cardboard, sits very nicely on the battlefield, and yeah, does the job. So, going to take these boys away and stick a couple of each together, and then I will be back in a moment. And we're back then, and that literally took me no time at all. Each model is about 4 or 5 pieces maximum, and you can see instantly the colour difference, that once they're built, they are strikingly, you know, different on the battlefield, so you can start playing with them immediately. I would put them on the battlefield, which is just behind the camera here, but it's a little bit too shiny with the lighting. But what I'll do is I'll stick some pictures up on our Instagram when this video goes live, so you'll be able to check them out in a bit more detail. So I'll show you some of the models. This is one of our normal Stormcast Eternals, and his pieces were his hammer and his shield, and that was literally it. But you can see the phenomenal detail that goes into this plastic miniature. Now they need a little bit of filing, just where there's flash of just knot them together quickly, but as you can see, most people will probably be quite familiar with this model because it comes in a lot of the easy to build sets. We've got one of the prosecutors here, who was about 4 or 5 pieces, just the wings and the hammers pretty much put on his body. Beautiful, these guys are really, really nicely detailed. He just like the models are just so well cast, and he just like strides out on the battlefield. Phenomenal detail, and I think Paul's gonna have a lot of fun painting those guys up. And onto the Chaos, the Bloodbound. We've got our, what is he, Blood Warrior / kind of Chaos Champion here, with kind of yawning kind of maw in his stomach. Just give him a little bit of rotation. Proper deep corn red blood as well. I like the fact they've not kind of cheaped out on the plastic colouring. They haven't gone for like, you know, almost a pinky colour. It looks quite light in this camera, but it is literally corn red. So it's pretty much base coated for you, even though you will want to slop on a bit of paint. and one of the other ones. And coincidentally, these are a couple of the ones that are the early snap fit kind of beginner models. But as you can see, just beautiful, beautiful detail on all of the miniatures. And you know, you've got 44 to put together, so split it with your mate, and literally with about, what, an hour or so gluing and having a chat and kind of flicking through the rulebook, you are good to go. So we'll be back in a second once I've chucked some paint on them. So here we are. These guys are semi-painted up. We've got one of Paul's Retributors, I think it is. These put some paint on, and a couple of my Khorne Bloodbound. So the models are just fantastic to paint. No issues with the plastic at all. No issues with getting the undercoat on there. You can see already the detail starting to take shape. We've only got the base colours and a wash on this guy, but he is already looking hefty and scary as hell. And I really, really like the fact that the rulebook that comes with this document just here, actually for each of the battle types, each of the kind of scenarios, they give you helpful hints the same way they do in the other kind of little scenario packs that come with it. So they tell you what you should be looking out for. So for new players, that's brilliant. It'll tell you that your prosecutors need to be attacking the wings, or that your retributors need to be right in the middle, smacking face. It's really, really good like that. Here are some of my Khorne, which are a little bit further along, but they're still not quite finished. And I'm not the greatest painter in the world, I'll be the first to admit, but you've probably seen these guys pop up on our Instagram sneakily as well. But I'll explain in a second what we're going to do with this set. But as you can see, really, really nice models to paint. I've had a lot of fun painting the warriors and the reavers as well, particularly the kind of big muscle-bound gym lads. But these warriors are my favourite. I think they're the best poses out of the lot of them. I really, really like them. The Kagorrath is still sat on the painting table. That is a summer holidays job, I think, that gentleman, because I want to get the best detail as I can. So that is him there. So basically, what are we planning to do in terms of our channel? Now, as I mentioned earlier on, we've picked this up from Harlequins, and we are thinking about maybe going over to there, because they've got some beautiful boards, and filming a battle report. Now, we're thinking about how to do this with Sigmar. So basically, we're going to start with the little Storm of Sigmar set, which I think some of these models are replicated in, so we've already got them half painted. And we're going to play through those campaigns as kind of an introduction, just to teach ourselves and teach new players how to play. We are then going to move on to the skirmish rules and battle types, as we kind of build our war bands. And hopefully we're building a story all the way through. And then we're going to come on to this Thunder and Blood set, and we are going to use these armies to play the full Age of Sigmar game with the scenery and with the scenarios that are in there. And then maybe once we finish that, we'll grab hold of the General's Handbook, which is probably the only thing that this set doesn't have, and then build our armies even further, and then be able to field big battles there. So we are aiming, our big job this kind of summer is Mantic and GW stuff, and this is going to be our GW end with Age of Sigmar, because everyone's gone a bit 8th edition crazy at the moment, and we are sticking very much in the Sigmar realms. So yeah, we're going to build it up, so stay tuned. So if you've found this video for the first time, drop us a subscription, follow us on our social media. There'll be a link just at the end of this video where you can keep in contact with our painting updates, video updates, all manner of stuff that goes there. And yeah, big thank you to the guys at Harlequins for hooking us up with this. Big thank you to GW, because this is another fantastic set to get us new players into the game. And yeah, we will be back very soon with some sort of battle report involving these guys here. So have a great day, guys. Take care. Bye.